Are you too busy juggling work and kids to find time for sex? Don't worry, you're not alone.
You can't just wait for the two of you to be alone. You have to make your own alone time.
Why do you think you went to Hebrew school 3 times a week?
Sundays noon to 3, Tuesdays 4 to 7.
Okay, I get it.
That is kind of gross. This is now becoming one of my favourite things of the week, next to the sex that I schedule. Does scheduling sex take out the sexiness? Dr. Wendy Walsh, here she is with the answers. Dr. Wendy, having allocated time for sex seems a little unerotic. Doesn't it just kill the mood?
Oh, well, you're saying that because you're a man and you're a microwave oven, but we're a crock pot. We need time to warm up, David.
Oh, that's a crock pot.
No, the truth is it can make sex so exciting because otherwise it's going to fall off the agenda altogether. If you've got small children in the house, if you are a dual working couple and everybody's exhausted, if you don't make time for it and plan ahead, then it ain't going to happen.
But Dr. Wendy, if one of you isn't in the mood, isn't having to perform at a set time a bit of a buzzkill?
Well, part of scheduling is to help you get into the headspace and in the mood ahead of time. So I mentioned that women are more like a crock pot. So if you know that Saturday night is going to be your time, that means you're doing everything it takes to get you in the mood before Saturday. That means making sure that the children are taken care of, attended to, make sure that there's no laundry to fold, no dishes to put away. Maybe you go out to dinner. Maybe by Thursday night she's thinking she's going to pick up a new pair of underwear on her way home from work. By Friday night she's thinking of a new scented candle. She's got time to get her head in the place that she needs to be to make it happen.
Yeah, you got to have your head in the game. Now,
that's right.
Is it possible to have a lasting and fulfilling relationship though without the regular sex?
Yeah.
I'm asking for a friend.
I mean, no.
Absolutely. Listen.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, actually, you're right. You know, the one interesting new growing area in online dating are sites creating companionship love versus sexual love, because there are plenty of people, either physiologically or psychologically, who just can't have sex. And frequency of sex, by the way, hasn't been shown by research to determine if a couple is healthy, if it's secure and it'll last the long term. Frequency of kissing is more important. Did you know that?
No.
Well, how do you find the balance, Dr. Wendy, if your partner wants more sex than you?
Filthy.
Okay. So what you're talking about is, you know, most often but not always, that the man wants more sex than the woman because he's wired to want more sex than women. Finding a beautiful woman out in the savannah hundreds of thousands of years ago was hard to find, so he's always at the ready in case it comes along. Women, on the other hand, need sexual novelty, and so sometimes for women it's a matter of changing clothes, changing rooms, changing hotels, whatever. You don't have to change partners.
Just a quick one though. If you if your relationship is in a sexual, rut. What are your tips for, upping the rutting?
And by the way, this is the most common thing that couples present to therapists and sex therapists. We call it a high desire, low desire dynamic.
Yeah.
Usually it happens because the couple have been doing the same thing in the same position in the same bed for too long, and everybody's bored with playing that instrument. So it's about getting the sensation out of the genitals. And by the way, can I say genitals on national television?
You just did.
By the way, the first thing I'm going to save you some money right here. The first thing sex therapists always prescribe is no sex for 6 weeks to take the pressure off the one who's been pressured. And then they say you start week to week adding a different body part. So you might start with just hand massages 1 week, foot massages another, back massages another. Nobody makes it to 6 weeks, let me tell you.
Thank you, Dr. Wendy. Thank you.
Start with your hands.
Oh, David.
Oh, I love that
seriously.
segment so far.
I know. Dear me. Coming up, Ellen